the term that you use, the approach, advanced UX, and how does it differ from traditional UX methods?
Well, task analysis is probably a good example of advanced UX. When people do user research, they just write reports and try to, create a narrative of what their insights are. And task analysis, I've evolved over, the basic format that I learned from Don Norman's classes. It's now a much more specific approach to identify what knowledge is required to complete the task, what artifacts do people use or rely on, what issues or questions are there in the task flow, what is the real flow that people use, and then use that to optimize a best practice approach. So there's this thing called horizon of observation. It's where when you start observing people, you start to recognize patterns that people are following when they perform a task. And what you're going to learn is that if you watch 100 people do the same thing 100 different ways, your natural reaction is, oh, we've got to make this product, very flexible so 100 people can do it 100 different ways. But what you start to see is that there are patterns of behavior where some people are performing the task very well, like 5% are doing it very highly performant. And then there's a lot of people that are doing it fairly poorly. And so what you can do is extract that best practice approach from the people who are doing it well and design the product to fit that one way, that best practice approach. So instead of making it flexible, look at it and say, if 100 people are doing the same thing 100 different ways, it means nobody knows how to do it right. Let's design to guide the user to the right way of doing it.